Now that the end of the year is pretty much here, all of the Korean beauty award platforms have announced their winners. So for today's video, I wanted to do a full face of GlowPick award-winning makeup from the year 2023. So I have a whole face here of makeup. Some of these products I've used, some of them are new to me. So we're just gonna jump into it, apply them to my face, and I'm gonna talk as I do it. So without much further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I'm gonna start off using my base makeup. And I'm really excited about this product because I have been a big fan of this product for years, and it is the Too Cool for School Watery Blur Primer. I have dry skin, and I find that if I don't properly moisturize my skin or use some type of hydrating primer, my makeup just looks dry by the end of the day. So this has been really nice, and this actually won second best primer. Apply this to my skin with my fingers. I already have my skincare on, so my skin is moisturized, but this is nice because this is kind of like the Hydro Grip Primer from Milk, and it gives your foundation some grip. This I find is less tacky, so it feels a bit more moisturizing on the skin, but it does have a little bit of that like adherence property to it, so your foundation is gonna last all day. So not only is it gonna keep your skin nice and healthy and dewy looking and plump, but it's also going to make your foundation last longer. And next we're gonna go in with this foundation. I've actually never tried this. This is from Espoir, and this is the Tailor Glow Foundation New Class. This guy actually won third best glow foundation, so I am super excited because I love me a glowy foundation, and if you're gonna get a glowy foundation, Korean Beauty is where it's at. By the way, I'm using 25 Tan, that's the shade. I believe that's the darkest shade they offer, and I'm just gonna take my brush and prime it with the foundation and just kind of really smash it in the bristles to apply a nice even layer to my skin. Very pretty already, I can tell. If you can kind of see what it's looking like on this half of my face, it's like a medium coverage, I would say, but it is like a softer finish. It's not as glowy as I was expecting. It's like a natural glow. This side has it and this side doesn't. One thing that I've been really loving about Korean foundations lately is that they've been very lightweight, which I appreciate. Anymore, I don't wear as much makeup as I used to, but I still like my face to basically look perfect, or my skin. So I like that these feel light, but it still gives you that like finished look. So that's the Be Glow foundation from Espoir. I really like this. I think this is very pretty. This is actually coming in at third place in the Best Pot Concealer category, and this is from dasique. This is the Pro Concealer Palette. I picked this up, but I've not tried it yet, and I like that this has not only color correction in it, but also just concealer colors in general. And it goes fairly dark, so you could probably use this as somewhat of a contour if you really wanted to. So I'm just going to take a little pinpoint brush and just blend a little bit into my under eyes in just a couple spots. Like I had a little red spot there. So I'm just going to take some of this middle one, I guess. I don't really know. I'm going to mix it with this guy. Those two. I think those will match my under eye. We'll see. I'm just going to kind of see it there. Since this is a pot concealer, what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay it down first and then let it dry down, because I want it to get a little bit drier so that when I go to blend it out, it just doesn't like swipe off. Especially on a spot like that, I'm just going to let that dry down a bit more. In fact, I'm going to apply a little bit more of like maybe the darker of the two on that spot, and we'll see how it does. It actually looks like it's covering it very well. It's a little lighter. I could have probably done a better job mixing my colors, but so far so good. So I'm gonna let that dry down for a second. In the makeup fixer category, we have the So Natural All Day Tight Makeup Fix Setting Spray coming in at second place. I've used this for years. I've enjoyed it, and I'm just gonna go ahead and mist it onto my skin so I can blend out my concealer. I find that if I apply a fixing spray like this before I go in with powder or anything, it just keeps everything very natural looking, and I don't have to use as much powder, so my dry skin doesn't get even drier, and it works better like this for my skin. So taking an air puff, I'm gonna blend it out. I had a little red spot there, and it's pretty much covered. Whoa, and that disappeared. I like this. I think this is actually a very nice concealer. We have in first place the Prime Primer Finish Powder from Vanilla Co. in the loose powder category. I have been a big fan of this powder for years. In fact, my favorite powder pretty much of all time was their hydrating version of this. They discontinued it, so it's so painful for me to talk about. But this is good. Like, I do like this. I just like my hydrating powder so much better, but we don't have to talk about that. So let me go ahead and just like lightly set my under eyes and anywhere I crease. Again, I really have been relying on fixing spray for setting my foundation lately, so I just use a teeny tiny bit of powder. Take a little bit. These are always so messy. That's the only thing about these powders. Tap it on very lightly. And just in any other areas that I don't want shine, like between my eyebrows, my forehead, my top of my lip, and like right here. Okay, I think I'm set, and my foundation is looking very good. So far, I've been loving all of the products that I have been trying and or have already used. And moving on to eye primer, they have a whole category of this on GlowPick. This VDL one won 3rd place. This is the Expert Color Primer for eyes, and I have been using this. I really like this. Again, I wish my Proof 10 eye primer from ETUDE was still a thing, but this is actually a very nice second. A little bit more expensive, but still very good. So I'm just going to apply. This is a bit more lightweight than the Urban Decay eye primer. So if you like something that has a little bit more like a slip, that is a little bit more forgiving and doesn't just like dry down and set, this is probably better for you. So this is where we deviate just a little bit because I don't have the exact eyeshadow palette from dasique that they show, but I do have very similar ones as far as color scheme goes. The one that they show on the GlowPick award winner is number 7, I believe, and I have number 9 Sweet Cereal and number 3 Nude Potion. I actually think looking at them, Sweet Cereal is probably closer, so I'll probably rely on that. But I've used several of these dasique eyeshadow palettes. I actually have more in different colors that aren't in the same color family, and I love them. I can definitely see why they won first place in the eyeshadow palette category. Okay, so I am going to take a little bit of this guy here and just blend it into my crease. We're just gonna do something super simple since we're talking about a lot of products in this video. So I'm just gonna blend that out. Then I'm gonna go ahead and take this color here in the top center and apply it to my lid. And then I'm just gonna take a little bit of this color over here and I'm just going to blend it out on my outer crease. For second place in gel eyeliners, we have this guy by lilybyred. It's the Starry Eyes Am9 to Pm9 Gel Eyeliner. I have it in the shade 12, and I'm just gonna go ahead and tight line my lashes and put a little bit on my lower lash line. This is kind of a pretty, like, shimmery brown, kind of copper-esque. And it just glides right onto my eyes. Then in third place for liquid eyeliner, we have from the same brand, lilybyred, the Am9 to Pm9 Survival Penliner. I have been waiting to try this, so I'm really excited to see that this won an award. I am forever going to be a liquid liner girly, so... Ooh, it has like a nice brush tip. Wow, that's pretty good at fine pointing. Fine eyeliner drawing. So I do not have a mascara because I don't like a lot of Asian or Korean mascaras, mainly because I have very sensitive eyes and a lot of times they're waterproof, and so removing those from my eyes, I end up like damaging my eyes and my eyes get very irritated. And sometimes they even have fibers, which is even worse, so I just stay away from them. So I'm just gonna go and apply some mascara and be right back. In first place, from ETUDE, which is like one of my favorite eyebrow pencil Korean beauty companies, with the Bare Edge Slim Brow. Again, this one first place in the eyebrow pencil category. And I'm just gonna fill in my brows, simple as that. This is nice because it has like a slanted tip, so you get that edge to it, but it's also smaller and more precise, so it doesn't feel like heavy-handed. Okay. By the way, the shade that I use is number 1 dark brown. In second place in eyebrow mascaras, we have the Romand Han All Brow Fixer. I use the clear shade, but the one that they show is the brown shade, and I have also liked this for a very long time. This is one of those brow products, it's pretty hard to be heavy-handed. It doesn't look like you have your eyebrows just slicked down. Again, it's a very natural kind of laminated brow effect without being too much. So these actually won first place in the cream blush category, and they are from fwee. These are the mellow blushers from fwee, and I've done a full swatching video on these on my TikTok. I've also done a full brand review of fwee on my YouTube channel, so I've talked about these before. And these are the two darker shades that show up on my skin tone, because if you've seen those videos, you know not all of the shades show up on my skin. The two shades that I have here are Sunshine Guava, which this one's a like kind of darker coral color, and then I also have High Key Happiness, which is a like hotter pink color. I think this is actually the color I'm going to use. I like these because they're more of a Play-Doh-y consistency versus a just straight cream blush. So they do have a little bit of a velvet finish to them. So for me, they don't slip around. They don't look dry on my dry skin, but they still give you kind of that glowy effect. And as you can see, I picked up quite a bit of product and applied that to my skin. It's still pretty sheer and translucent. You can definitely add more layers if you want it to appear a bit more, you know, pigmented on the cheek, but these are just designed to be a little bit more light, honestly. And then we're going to be moving into the Best Powder Highlighter, which these are products that I just picked up recently, and I'm immediately obsessed with them because they are that good. They're from Glint. They are the powder highlighters. I have here the shade Dewy Moon and Pitch Moon. Both of these are absolutely gorgeous, and honestly, I'm kind of debating which. I think I'm going to go with Pitch Moon. This one has a bit more of a pinkish hue to it, so I think it'll go really good with the cheek color that I just applied. But if you're looking for like an overall very universally pretty kind of gold neutral undertone, this one here called Dewy Moon is very versatile. So I'm just going to take a little bit there. These are a little bit goes a long way, and I'm just going to apply it to kind of that C area here. And it's just so pretty. It doesn't look overly powdery on the skin, and again, it kind of maintains that dewy effect to the skin. So, like, if you can see the difference there, it's like, it's so pretty. I love it. We have the last product, which is a lip product. This one's second place in the water tint category, and I wanted to do like water tint type product because I have been really loving these in 2023, so I picked this one from Dasique. Again, this one won second place, and I'll be using the shade 8. Ooh. My lips are very chapped, by the way, so this is a true test. I am immediately. Wow, my lips look healthy and not chapped. This is almost like I just put chapstick on and my lips are just beautifully flushed. I really like that. What do you think? So this is my finished full face of award-winning cream makeup products according to GlowPick. There are many other award platforms out there. If you guys want me to also do a full face of winners from them, let me know, because they did have slightly different products, surprisingly. So it's always interesting for me to see these consumer-driven review websites and what products perform on them, because sometimes it makes sense, sometimes I'm surprised, and a lot of times I find some products that I'm obsessed with. As always, I'm gonna go ahead and link everything down in the description box if you guys want to pick up any of the products that I shared in this video. And as always, I hope you guys are happy and healthy, and don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, share with your friends and family, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!